You can, always divorce. And my question here is, you have very minimum space with your mom as her being a fugitive and, trying to save herself and try to save your brother. Two-part question. What was the most valuable things that you got from your mother as far as lessons that you carry to this day? And then the second part of the question is, how is your brothers? How were they how did they adjust through all this? Because at one particular point, she was protecting him, and then at one point, according to your sister, she was going to take her life in their life.
Okay. So growing up, my mom was home. She was a stay-at-home mom on welfare, and her number one goal was to take care of us and make sure that we were safe, right? Imagine like you just want your kids to survive. She really thought if she wasn't there that we could die or our lives could get ruined. So she was home, and that support, like having a constant, presence, love, that is one of the biggest things. I felt very loved. And my mom would read a lot of psychology books. And so she was like programming us to feel valuable, things that she didn't have for herself, things that she wished that her mother would have told her, like how to value yourself. My mom would say, never let a man touch not even one hair on your head. You are too valuable somebody to touch you in a way that's going to hurt you. You're too valuable. So all of us grew up, all my mom's 5 daughters, we are all the bosses wherever we go. Either if we have a job, we become the manager at that job. And we are all like the strong personalities in our relationships as well. So we're like the boss in our relationships also. Yeah. And so we grew up with this strong personalities, and men, don't mess around with us, like we don't get hit. We don't get abused. They better watch out, you know?
But isn't that kind of like, I'm trying to use the right words here, so bear with me. I get that. I have two daughters. I get it. You value. But when does over femininity and over masculine take away from the man? I mean, how does your husband, I mean your husband, you now remarried, right? So how does he feel about this strong, overly feminine entity into the relationship?
I'm not remarried, but I do have a long-term relationship, which is exactly what I was looking for. And I have 17 years living in a stable relationship. That's better than I could have dreamed of. How does he feel? He grew up with a successful family unit. Mother was a retired teacher, and his father retired also from his job. And they've been together for 45 years.
Mhm,
A really good family structure and an example. And
mhm.
I can see his father with his mother, and I can see where my partner gets being a good partner from. He learned from his dad, and
Now,
he loves me and supports me. And I
mhm,
actually, before I got into a serious relationship, I knew that I wanted somebody that can be with a strong, successful woman. I had to attract a man that could have that ability.